Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's play some The Farmer Was Replaced, shall we? This game is in early access, but I'm taking a look at 1.0 a little bit early, and 1.0 will be coming out the day that I publish this video in October. I am going to put links in the description below to the Steam page so you can check it out. In this game, we're going to kind of build a drone that's going to automate farming for us, and we're going to program that drone to do that. So let's see how that goes. This window contains information about everything in the game. So you can see how, obviously, it's making it look like a computer, like we're programming and the drone is working. You can move windows around by dragging and dropping the gray part of the window, just like Windows. To get started, go to the first program page by clicking it. All programming is done in code windows. Each code window corresponds to a text file containing code. You can rename the file by clicking on its name at the top of the window. The code can be edited like any text editor as long as it's not running. You can execute the program directly by pressing the green play button in the code window. You can create more code files using the plus button in the upper right corner of the screen. You can dock a window to another window by dragging onto it. You will notice that once you start typing, a simple code completion window will pop up. Press tab to insert the code completion. Use the arrow keys to navigate through the completion options. Don't worry if this is your first time programming. The language is unlocked step by step, so you won't be overwhelmed by all the things you can do. The syntax is also similar to that of Python, which is one of the most widely used programming languages in the world, so learning it is not completely wasted. If you already know Python, it's not a problem either. You'll just be able to skip the early game quickly to get to the more interesting stuff. Currently, there are two drone commands available, harvest and do a flip. These are function calls. You could think of a function as a command that can be executed. You can execute it using the parentheses. Try typing these statements into the code window and pressing the execute button. You could think of your code as a sequence of statements. You can run multiple statements in a row like this. Harvest, do a flip, harvest. Okay, so if I say harvest, I'll just push tab, and then I'll type in the parentheses, do a flip, push tab, parentheses, and harvest, do a flip, parentheses. Okay, I love the font, by the way. Super cool. And let's see. Collecting grass will give you hay. Hay can be used to unlock loops in the unlock menu. Open the unlock menu with the button in the top right corner. Okay. So I'm going to close this window, and I'm going to just execute the code, I guess. Push play. So there's my drone moving. So this is one, like I have one little patch of grass right here, I guess, with my little kind of drone over it. And then I'm just harvesting and doing a flip and harvesting, but open the unlock tree. So I can, for 5 hay, I can unlock wow. Wow true, harvest. Okay, you've unlocked the wow loop, and the value's true and false. The while loop keeps executing the loop body as long as the condition is true. While condition loop body. Don't worry about creating infinite loops. Delays in the execution will prevent the program from freezing. Perhaps you've already tried to put several harvest calls in a row. This allows you to harvest several times in one program run. However, it'd be nice to harvest more than 3 times, and writing the same code multiple times is bad practice. The solution is a loop. A loop allows you to run the same code multiple times. The while loop takes a condition, which is a logical value that can only be in one of 2 states, true or false. Such a value is called a Boolean value. The loop then executes the code inside the loop until the condition is false. The while loop looks like this: while condition, loop body, dot, dot, dot. Where you have to replace condition with a Boolean value and hashtag loop body with whatever you want to do in the loop. There are 2 constant Boolean values available. Constants are values that never change during the program. To create a constant Boolean value that's always true, you could simply write true Write false as a constant Boolean value that will always be false. So you could either write a while false or while do. The first will never do a flip, and the second will do flips forever. Normally, creating an infinite loop is a bad idea because it will freeze the program, but in this game, there are delays between each iteration. So it will cause the drone to keep doing a flip until you manually stop it. Okay. Notice how the colon, the line after the colon is indented. Indentation like this is used to separate blocks of code. Just press tab to indent and shift tab to remove it. Okay. So let's try it. So let's get rid of this and just say, wow. True. Harvest. And let's see. Oh, I need a colon, right. So now it's just going to go forever. I mean, we just beat the game, right? Checkmate. So let's look at the unlocks. Increase the speed of the drone and code execution. Increase the yield of grass. Okay, so let's boost up the speed. The execution speed has been doubled. The program is that the drone now harvests faster than the grass can grow, resulting in no harvest at all. To deal with this, if branches and the can harvest functions are now unlocked. So if we only had true and false, which of course is not very useful with if. So if can harvest, do something. Okay. So the reason you can use this function as a condition like this is because it returns a Boolean value. So I'm not going to skip stuff, but I do. So my background is that I started college as a computer science engineering major. And so I know basic programming and, discrete and logical math. So this makes sense to me. I don't know Python. I did C, but this is fine. C and Flash. So let's say if, can harvest. Oops. Okay. Is that right? Oh, okay. I don't need equals. Okay, let's just do it like that. A colon is expected here. You mean like this? Oh, actually, I don't think I need true. Because if is just by itself. Let me see if I got the syntax right. There we go. Maybe I should just nest this within a while true. Oh, okay. So now at least I'll harvest infinitely, and I won't waste any moments. So what I like about this game is I always like learning to code and just learning how code builds up and, writing really slick, streamlined functions. And I also like that it's an incremental game. It's like a super chill game. It's a great way to learn just basics of coding in Python. And even if you know that, it's just kind of fun to see what can happen. So we can go back here and I can just, unlock cost, 20 wood. Hats. That's funny. How do I get wood? Expand. Oh. The farm has grown. Now I need to move. This space is not much use if you can't move, so we now can do moving. So move, and then in parentheses, north, we'll move this drone 1 square to the north. The following example code will keep moving the drone north and wrap back to the start when it reaches the edge. Okay, so if I say... Now, So now it's doing... I don't know if I even need if can harvest at this speed. Plant. Grass is nice because it grows automatically. All other plants have to be planted with the plant function. The only plant you could plant right now is a bush. You could pass the type of plant you want to plant in the function like this. Plant entities dot bush. So it's usually pretty uniform, but in a lot of coding, when you're using a dot like that, it's like you have an object and you have properties for that object. So, you know, entities is an object, and within that, there is a type bush that we're calling. So this will plant a bush under the drone. Now, maybe that's how we get sticks. I kind of want to just, you know, increase the yield of grass because so I can make a new function to streamline and then call my function from the main if I want. I'm not going to use it right now. What if I just take out if can harvest? Yeah, I just don't need it when we're moving at this speed. I mean, I might need it later, but for now, we're fine. I can't buy anything else except these hats, which I don't want. But I just want to get this before I do that for some reason. Carrots is hilarious. So now, the grass is going back faster. And actually, because the grass is growing faster, I could just skip out on moving and probably just get more grass if I just sat on one tile and just constantly harvested it, because I'm pretty slow when moving. But anyway, no, we're not going to delete it. We're just going to pause. So let's think about this. We want to plant. So, So let's just see what this does. And now it won't plant because there's nothing to do, right? And so at this point, let me see what happens when I just add a harvest. Now, see, if I do it like this, though, it plants it too quickly. So what I need to do is add some other if can harvest. But the thing is, you know, can I tell can harvest what? Can I pass it an object? Can I say specifically, like, can I do this? Yeah, so can harvest doesn't take objects. So it doesn't look for, it's just like, can I or can't I? Now, if I do this, it's going to give me both. So it's not like, it's okay. It is giving me both types of material. And that's fine. Like, I'm getting both of these. I need them both. But it's not very efficient. Expand the farm and unlock carrots. So let's expand it. Your farm has expanded again. Now the tiles are no longer in a row, so you need to find a way to traverse a square grid. With the while loop, this is not possible until you unlock senses and operators. It's time to introduce the for loop. You can read all about for loops in this page, but for now you'll only need to do it like this. So this is for a certain amount of times. For I in range 5, do a flip. The range creates a number from 0 to n-1, which has n elements in it. And it's going to run 5 times. And the function getWorldSize is also available. So this returns the length of your farm. So this makes sense. So I can just like set the range to be the size of my world. Now, I'm going to pause it, and, you know, we could just do this. I'm going to copy this. Now, one issue is, I want it to be using my previous function. So let's see what happens if I do this. Right, so it doesn't reset itself. So it does it 3 times, and then what we need to do is not necessarily do a flip, but 1, 2, 3, stop. So this is, I need to put this inside a while loop, I guess, to keep it going. Okay, right. I have to, now it's going to keep going, but that's pretty much what we were doing before. Now, what we want to do, though, is say, okay, before it goes back to the end of the while loop, so this is a little bit sloppy as you see it kind of misses one tile while it's like going up, but it is covering the entire thing. So this isn't like the best ever, but it's working-ish. So we can unlock debugging, and we can unlock operators, and we can unlock carrots. So let's just unlock all the stuff. Sometimes your code doesn't work and you need to find out why. There are a couple of tools to help you do that. The first is to execute the program step by step. You can go in step mode, which is the mode next to the execute button, by setting a breakpoint. Breakpoints can be added by clicking on the break panel to the left of the code, right. So, and then the print function allows you to print out a variable at a particular time, and the value of different things. So this is really useful. I mean, you always need to do this when coding just to see what's going on. Before you can plant carrots, you have to till the soil. This will change the ground to grounds.soil. To till the soil, simply call till. Calling till will change it back to grounds grassland. Okay, so you can flip it. But I don't know if I really want to do that at the moment. I just want to keep going and using these require carrots, but we're going to need water. But let's probably get operators. So I have enough of this. So if I want to get operators, what we want to do then is just okay. So this is like a short code. Sometimes you can add comments in code to like just delete a line. Like you keep it there, but like you have the compiler ignore it, but it doesn't look like you could do that. So let's just say I'll do this. I just want grass. What if I just copy this and I create a new code and I paste that in there, and then really what I'm going to do is just say, you know, just harvest. Oh, it's not I think this is actually faster than moving around to get grass. So I get 2 at a time. Oh, I can boost my speed. I forgot about that. Operators. So we got plus, minus, multiply, divide, percent. The arithmetic operators, the comparison operators, and the Boolean operators. Excellent. Okay, so now I'm still just doing this because I think I need carrots at this point. Now this would give me grass if we wanted, you know, a better yield of grass, and we do eventually, but I don't think we need it now. This is senses, which we'll get. Your drone can see now, so this allows us to move around, like, and have the drone like detect the edges and then make turns. Based on its position, so that's super useful. So we have a little sensor in there, and then this is carrots. This is watering, which we'll get. So we get the function get water, and use items water over the ground. You can use water. 1 tank of water is automatically added to your inventory every 10 seconds. Okay, so here's my water right here, for example. Let's go ahead and plant some carrots. So to plant the carrots on our field, let's go back to this code. And then what we're going to do is we need to... I want to till, but only once. So what I should actually do is just till the soil 1 time. And then I don't know if there's a can till. Right, if grounds, oops. Here we go. If grounds grassland, till. So let me see if this will work. I'm not harvesting anything right now. I'm just tilling. Uh-oh. I don't know. So this doesn't work. So this if command, here, let me see. Let me try that. I can't call this. Like, there's something... It doesn't like this. It's not a Boolean state. What I can do... is do this. See, it's not supposed to... This is grounds.soil, water level 0. So I can mouse over it to get information. It shouldn't... This isn't working. So it shouldn't be going into this if loop because it shouldn't meet this command. It should... Oh, no. No, either way, it still shouldn't do this if there's no grassland. I think I could fix, though... No. Because these are grounds.soil. I could add an else, but it's still not working correctly. Here. Oh, you can just clear to reset the drone, reset everything to grass. You know what I could do, though, is just say, instead, now, what happens if I do this? I mean, I almost got there. Okay. So... We're getting close. I could just do this manually and then just kind of do a cheap shortcut and just say, okay, fine, and leave it as is after it has grown the carrots. And then what we do is we say, inside here, we could add, else if something like this. I have a fundamental flaw in my code because this is just not stopping it from tilling when it's not a grassland. Like this is an entity caret on grounds.soil. So I don't know why. Maybe because this is just not a Boolean, and so I'm passing it something that it just thinks is always true, and it doesn't. So it never stops it. So I need to change this to something else. Let's that would be true of this state, right? And that would be something where I could, write specific functions to just plant carrots or plant grass or plant bushes to water and stuff like that. And it's super fun. Like this would be something that you get into big time. Your code triggered a warning. Cannot plant this on grassland. Correct, right? So we can't. So it tried to plant it on grassland, which... I guess what I want it to do is if it was not a grassland, I don't want it to till, and I don't want it to plant, and I don't want it to move north. Then maybe what I do is I just move north. Well, then I'm moving east as well. So now it's not moving at all. And it shouldn't be trying to harvest if can harvest is... Oh, I need it to be, I typed this wrong. Maybe it'll work like this. No. Okay. So I'm completely out of my depth, and I have to relearn some basics, but this is super fun. Like, this is what coding is all about, is just figuring out something simple, and then you'll feel great when you do it. And I really like the streamlined, pleasant appearance of this, the incremental element where, I could start unlocking some, quality of life things, but also some more functionality as you continue to learn this. And although I'm not good at it and would have to, kind of like relearn some old and dormant skills, I think it's a fun challenge. And I'd love to know what you think of this game. I'm going to put a link in the description below to the Steam page so you can check out The Farmer Was Replaced. It's now out. And everyone, thank you so much for watching. I will check you next time. Take care.